Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? So a couple of days ago I spoke about how there was a recall on Spam. Well, now meatpacking workers overwhelmingly voted down Hormel's contract offer, with the rejection coming as thousands around the U.S. mobilized to demand big business provide better working conditions and distribute record profits. And also, Detroit auto workers for Ford and GM and Stellantis, known as the Big Three, are on a 6-day walkout strike, pressuring automakers for better benefits and pay as they see record high profits. The Writers Guild of America is expected to resume walkouts again, with major Hollywood studios to improve worker compensation and protections around the use of artificial intelligence. Nurses, teachers, truck drivers, and other essential workers are also in the fight against stagnant wages amid inflation. The reality is that we keep Hormel running, and that's what the UFCW Local 633 said. We demand that Hormel does better and comes to the table for fair agreement quickly. That's also what was said. So voting took place on September 13th and 14th at the plant and UFCW Union Hall in Austin. Workers are pushing for higher wages in light of Hormel's high earnings and results, which soared as food companies adjusted their sale prices to compensate for absorbed costs. So Hormel's gross profit totaled $2.5 billion over the past 12 months. Though the company is currently grappling with financial headwinds, the pork processor, warned investors of lower than expected earnings this year as it navigated through a period of volatile commodity markets. They said, "We are disappointed in the vote, especially given the significant contract package offered. However, we remain optimistic that we will reach an agreement." And that's what a Hormel spokesperson said. So what have we learned from all of this? Well, stock up on Spam if you can find it, because I'm sure there's going to be a run on it. Yeah. And that everybody is going on strike, and it's really sad. It's really sad because when you have teachers and nurses, truck drivers, essential workers that are feeling like they're not being paid what they're worth, they're going to eventually want their voices to be heard. So what can you do, especially when it comes to your car, let's just say? Well, have you ever thought to learn how to fix your own car, even if it's just something simple? Or have you found a trusted mechanic? My mechanic's name and address and phone number is in the description box below if you have any questions, or if you need parts that you're having trouble finding. And I guess there's not going to be any more TV shows or movie scripts being written for quite a while. Gee whiz. You know, there's a lot of things that when there's a strike, there's a lot of things that get affected. But you really don't want the food supply to get affected. You really don't want our teachers to go on strike. You really don't want our medical staff to go on strike. Things like that. And I think that's what's going to end up eventually happening to a lot of the different corners of our lives. Different sectors of businesses and practices going to happen. And why? Well, I feel, and I could be wrong, but I feel it's because the cost of living and our wages are not keeping up together. They're not matching. Take for instance, my son and his wife, they went to go look at a rental property today. And $2,100 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's getting absurd. And I said to my son, I said, Andrew, I said, you have to realize, I said, just to run this house alone, and this includes my mortgage and the electric bill and blah, blah, blah. It only takes $1,500 to run this house every month. And I said, you're looking to rent a house, $2,100, and it's too small for you guys. I said, $2,100, that's just for rent. That doesn't include your electric, your water, your internet, your car insurance, your phone bill, your nothing, food. It doesn't include anything. I said, that's more than half of what you make every single month. I said, plus you got to come up with first license security, plus you have a dog, so you have to come up with a pet deposit, plus you have to come up with a deposit for your electric to get turned on, which is $1,000 for the deposit just for your electric to get turned on. Then you have to have a deposit for your water. Then you have to have a deposit for the cable company to install your electric, because you got to buy the modem and stuff like that. They're going to need at least $10,000 just to get in. Plus, they have no furniture except for their bedroom furniture. It's getting absurd. So I can see why a lot of these employees, and it doesn't matter if you work in a factory making spam, or if you're a nurse or a teacher, it doesn't matter where you are in life or what your chosen profession is. I can see why this is happening all over the country. It's becoming ridiculous. There is no need for people to feel so frustrated that they cannot live and get by, or they have to not pay a bill so they can eat today. And I don't think there's any fixing this. I really, truly don't. All right, guys. That's all for this video, okay? I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.